Spinning round from every tribe, from every shore, ditty, story, fire, hear them roar.
Imagine losing everything overnight, your job, your family, and the life you once knew. Left alone to care for newborn twins, this father faces crushing challenges, harsh words from strangers, and heartbreaking sacrifices. But when hope seems lost, a surprising twist changes everything. Stay with me till the end, you won't want to miss this inspiring journey. And before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a story that moves your soul. The soft cries of two little girls echoed through the modest room as their mother, Grace, roughly placed them on the bed while hastily packing her belongings into a bag. Her face was tense with fury, like someone prepared to battle the entire world. Samuel, her husband, spoke gently. "The babies are upset. They need their you, we need you." But Grace replied in a cold, harsh tone, "They don't concern me anymore. I'm leaving you. Do whatever you wish with them." She kept stuffing her clothes into the bag, without glancing at him. "Please don't go. My dearest wife, please forgive me. I promise to be better," Samuel pleaded. "If not for me, then stay for the sake of these innocent children God gave us." Grace snapped at him. "Look, I didn't marry you to suffer. You can't give me the life I want. I'm done. Don't look for me. As for the babies, do whatever you want with them. I really don't care." Her lips curled bitterly as she added, "Honestly, I don't even care if they live or die." With that, she zipped up her bag and stormed out, slamming the door behind her. Once their life was peaceful. But everything changed the day Samuel lost his job. Since then, Grace had been threatening to leave, complaining about everything, the cramped room, the simple meals. Samuel begged her, not just out of love, but for the sake of their daughters, Lily and Joy, just 3 months old. But Grace didn't listen. Samuel, with tears in his eyes, cradled the babies in his arms, gently rocking them as they cried. Slowly their cries softened, and their tiny faces relaxed. His heart grew heavy, but his voice was firm as he whispered, "I may not have money to give you the best life, but I promise to be the best father in the world." The next morning came with hunger and anxiety. Samuel woke with empty cupboards, no cash, and 2 crying babies needing to be fed. No time for despair. He had to act. Without a job, he rented a wheelbarrow, strapped the babies to his chest, and headed to the market to find work. He pushed heavy loads for customers. Many watched, some with pity, some with smiles, offering small coins for the babies. An elderly woman stopped him, concern etched on her face. "You're doing well," she said softly, pressing 3,000 naira into his hand. "Buy some food for your beautiful girls." Samuel bowed slightly, thanking her, then carried on. Not everyone was kind. A harsh woman sneered loudly. "When you were enjoying yourself with the unfortunate woman, you were not thinking of responsibilities. Now suffer alone, useless man." Samuel heard her clearly but said nothing. He didn't care what others thought. His daughter's well-being was all that mattered. After a long day, Samuel returned home tired but content. He had earned enough to care for his girls. That evening, he visited a local pharmacy, explaining his needs for infant formula and basic medicine. The kind pharmacist made a list, and Samuel purchased everything with gratitude. Days turned into weeks. Samuel worked tirelessly, the babies tied to him at all times. Without family to help, his mother had passed and he had no siblings. He persevered. Though exhausted, he felt joy in caring for his daughters. He doubted at first, but grew confident. The babies were thriving. One Monday morning, as Samuel prepared to leave, a familiar voice called out, "Sam!" It was Mrs. Amina, a kind neighbor. He stopped, and she said, "Let me watch the babies today," she offered. "Sun is too hot for them. I'll care for them well, and so you can work without baby worries." Samuel hesitated, then agreed. Leaving the babies in Mrs. Amina's loving hands eased his burden, though his heart remained anxious. He had bonded deeply with Lily and Joy. Since their mother's departure, he would protect them at all costs. Mrs. Amina, poor but generous, fed, bathed, and dressed the babies tenderly. When Samuel returned, he found them giggling in her arms and thanked her warmly. From then on, Mrs. Amina helped whenever Samuel worked his wheelbarrow. The girls grew up knowing two caregivers, their devoted father and loving Mrs. Amina. Though they didn't attend fancy schools, Samuel worked hard to pay their fees and buy books. He taught them kindness, respect, and perseverance. At 18, Lily and Joy graduated from the local secondary school. Samuel beamed with pride. They had studied hard for their university entrance exams. Lily scored 380, Joy 383. Both were accepted to study medicine. But the struggle intensified. One afternoon, the girls returned laughing, showing Samuel their result printout. He smiled broadly, pretending to walk proudly through town, chest puffed up. Their joy filled the house. Yet later, alone, Samuel's smile faded. Sitting on his bed's edge, he whispered, "All these years, and now they've succeeded. But I have no money to pay their fees." Helpless and ashamed, he clenched his fists. "No, I won't let money stop them. I'll do whatever it takes. My daughters must become doctors." Early the next day, Samuel left without his wheelbarrow. He walked heavily to the home of a wealthy man seeking work as a houseboy. "Wash clothes, cook, sweep, I'll do anything," he begged. "Just help send my daughters to university." The man, still in pajamas, eyed him suspiciously. "That's no small expense, Mr. Man. I won't do it." Samuel tried 5 more wealthy households. Each refused. Broken, Samuel returned home, quiet and heavy-hearted. He didn't know how to tell Lily and Joy their dreams might not come true. One evening, he confessed, voice cracking, "I'm sorry, my daughters. I failed you. I promised to send you far for study, but I have no money." Tears threatened. Joy comforted him. "Dad, no need to apologize. We know if you had money, you would send us to the moon and back." Lily added, "University or not, we love you so much, and always." They embraced him tightly. That night, Samuel knelt by his bed, crying out to God for help, saying, "My Father in heaven, please come to my aid. Provide for my daughter's study." The twins overheard, hearts breaking at his pain. Despite sorrow, the girls stayed strong. The next morning, they went to the university and deferred their admission, so they could work and save enough money. The next morning, they started job hunting, and after many rejections, they found jobs at a small, clean restaurant, serving customers with smiles and respect. They earned tips but refused to compromise their dignity. After 7 months of hard work and saving, Lily and Joy opened their own modest restaurant. It grew popular by the help by social media. They had accounts on Instagram, Facebook, and WhatsApp. People could order and get their food. They were great cooks, too. One day, Lily found a forgotten briefcase under a chair, filled with documents and US dollars. They took it home. Samuel nodded approvingly. "You did right. The owner will come looking." The next morning, the briefcase's owner, a wealthy man, arrived, relieved. They returned it to him. Later, he returned, introducing himself as Prince Emmanuel. Grateful for their honesty, he gifted them a building for their restaurant business, and this was a dream come true. Overwhelmed, the sisters thanked him and hurried to share the news with Samuel. At the market, sipping a cool Zobo drink by his wheelbarrow, Samuel, at hearing the great news, embraced his daughters, proud and amazed. That evening, Lily and Joy told their father it was time he stopped the hard labor. They insisted he deserved rest. Samuel wanted to protest, but saw their determination and agreed. Prince Emmanuel also furnished the new restaurant, providing everything needed. The business blossomed with warm hospitality and delicious food. Samuel's worn hands no longer carried heavy loads. He enjoyed the fruits of their success. They cared for Mrs. Amina, now old and ill, renovating her home and paying her bills, grateful for her support. One day, a weary woman came seeking work at the restaurant. Though no jobs were open, Lily and Joy hired her as a dishwasher. The woman was Grace, their mother. Samuel came to the restaurant one day and saw her quietly, hot, heavy. He asked his daughter if they knew their new staff. Lily answered and said, "No, Dad. She's just a poor woman who came for seeking work, no matter what it was." Then he told his daughters who she was. Grace apologized with tears, but Lily's anger flared. "Leave, you are not my mother. Mama Amina is. You are too heartless and evil. You do not deserve anything good from us. You call yourself a mother? Shame, that's what you are. Leave now or I throw you out. Joy, softer, urged compassion. After some time, the sisters forgave Grace, took her out of the kitchen, and made her a matron in the restaurant. Shortly after, the staff started complaining, some resigning because of the attitude of Grace, knew Go to the twins, and they called her and warned her about her attitude. She didn't change. Grace's temper and bullying drove away customers. The girls confronted her again. She still refused to change, but blamed Samuel, their father, for instigating them against her. They girls were not having it with her, and they told their father what Grace had done. Eventually, Lily and Joy dismissed Grace from the restaurant, but helped her start a small shop nearby. Samuel silently longed for better times, but could not forget the pain. With Grace gone, the restaurant thrived. The sisters expanded their business across the 5 states. Though their dream of medicine dimmed, they found joy and purpose in their work. Suitors came, and the twins planned weddings on the same day. Concerned about their father's loneliness, they introduced him to a kind widow from their restaurant. Samuel took time, but later agreed to marry her. The weddings were joyful, with Mrs. Amina honored as matron. Symbolizing family unity, Samuel finally found peace, supported by his daughters and new wife. Thank you for joining this journey of courage, faith, and unbreakable love. Family is more than blood. It's built by those who stand by you, lift you up, and never give up on your dreams. Remember, no matter how tough life gets, your story isn't over until you decide it is. Keep believing, keep pushing, and never forget that the greatest victories often come from the deepest struggles. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe to be inspired by more real-life stories that celebrate the human spirit. Until next time, stay strong and stay hopeful.